This program is intended for immature audiences.
I don't know how I got here, but I know that it's right. Even in thunder, I stay clear. Stand strong with all my might. Flash of the lightning, I take off and I burn bright. Hear the crash of thunder, and I'm out into the night. Spinning like a round and round, watch me, I will wear my crown proud and I will shout it out. Move to the beat of my drum, higher than where I begun. Look away and now become. Watch me how I wear my crown proud and I will shout it out. I get up with the sunrise.
Welcome to the Northern Union Vape Show. It is a Sunday night. As you may notice, I've got a little bit of a sore throat, so you're going to have to bear with me. I can't really say a great deal. So these lot are going to have to talk tonight because I'm saying jack shit. So there you go. So good evening to everybody if you are watching on Twitch. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us tonight on YouTube. Much appreciated. Unfortunately, we haven't got Steve. He's had a dodgy kebab this afternoon, so I'm not sure if he's got Gary Glitters or what. I'm not 100% sure. So Steve isn't going to be joining us, but we will have your normal bargains. Unfortunately, we won't have shinies because Steve does that, but we'll just have a general little chit chat. So who we've got on tonight is myself, Benny Vapes. You've got the one and only Graham Net Reality. We've
Hello.
got Luke LPC. We've
Yeah.
also got James the Farmer James.
Hi guys.
So
The
right,
farmer now, is it?
farmer, yeah, he's got a bigger field. You see, he's gone from gardening to he's got an acre of land. So yeah, so we'll start off with it. What we're going to do is we're just going to give a little shout out first of all. So we'll play this little bumper I've put together. So it's just a little shout out for another show.
I got some free shit.
Oh,
Fresh.
Our sponsors, SX Mini, SL Class V2.
Golden Sunset Mike in that one.
Lovely.
G Class V2 with the Aromizer Supreme V3 in there. Thanks, Maggie.
It's nice. Also from Steve Crave, which I liked far more than I thought it was going to, was the mini robot kit.
Oh yes.
With some Solstice New Moon.
Ooh,
I'm on a bit of lemon bar.
Oh, lemon bar.
Love it. So
Nice.
I've got some
And
of
that
John's
is,
Staggertons in there. Stuck an extra wrap on it. Fucking beautiful vape in the Nightmare 30. Loving that. You can't call anyone a boggle eye cut, mate. We're all fucking 4 eye fast.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Mm.
Look down where. How about you suck a cock?
I actually think I loaded wrong one up. The E's a little bit on the end of that one. I loaded it up earlier on.
You loaded the second one or the first one?
The first one. Sorry, Simon. There's a bit on the end of there that says congratulations for 100 shows, mate. So congratulations. It does.
Yeah.
There's a little congratulation on the end of it, but I added it on and then I've put that on. So it does say congratulations. So congratulations, Simon, and the team for 100 shows. Much love. Don't forget, you can go over to the Saturday Show's new channel. I think Simon's dropped it in. So go over to the new Saturday Show channel and show him some love and join him. But big love to you all. Big love to you.
Yeah, I'll do the Benny love.
Do the Benny love. Because I'd already loaded it up, Anna. I'd loaded it up before we decided to put congratulations on it. So I've just spent last 10 minutes, that's why we're late, putting congratulations for 100 shows, and it's not fucking there.
And then he loads the other one up.
And I load the wrong one up. Sorry.
Professional.
Professional. Always professional. So I just pop out chat. We can see in there. There we go. So yeah, so well done, Simon. Like I say, for doing 100 shows. I know how hard it is, and it was nice that you showed a little bit off at the front on the show of the old casters, which I've got 2 on here. So it was nice of you to show that off as well. So, but well done for you being there week in, week out for 100 shows, and I hope the new channel goes well as well. So big love to you all.
Yeah, I'm Simon's super fan. I knew those. I'm waiting for my award. That's it. I'm waiting for the Simon Super Fan Award.
Yes, super fan. So,
apparently, Scott's going to do me a plaque.
Is he going to do that?
Right. Well, it's an RDA holder.
All right, fair. What this says, Simon super fan.
Yeah.
See, look, they're all coming in now. Flying visit. I've just played them a thing. It's, quick! They've just put us. They've just shilled us out. They've just put a thing on. So if you didn't know the Undertaker, well, it's Simon. Just fill this up. So what we're gonna do is we'll go around and do a little buffet. We'll start with Graham.
Okay, I'm just on the Guar 21 with the barrage on top. I've just got a mouthful of vape, and in that I've just got a donut that I'm vaping on, which I've made. I'll pass it on to Luke.
Right, quite simple really. I've got the new Oxford Slim C pod kit. It's quite good. The only difference with this one is you put your coil in instead of throw away the pods, so that's all right. And I've got some nasty juice in there, they're great. And then I'm on my normal. And I think I might say it right this time because I'm halfway through the bottle and I've not finished it off yet. But it's PDV Projects Arokia.
Arokia.
Arokia? Is it Arokia now?
Arokia.
Arokia.
Changes every week.
Shall I play it again? Shall I put the proper one on? Wait a second then. Go on, keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, and it's the sugar melon, watermelon. And that's it. Just them 2 tonight, so I'll pass it on to JP.
Thanks, Luke. I'm on the usual, the Abyss. In that, I've got a bit of cafe love from DIY Flavor Chasers. I've got a bit of a tongue twist going on at the moment. As well as that, I am on the Steam Crave Aromatizer Feed 2 in the extension kit on the Overkill mod. And in that, I'm still on the Clotted Cream Peach from Despair.
Nice.
And I've just got like that much left of the bottle, and I couldn't get it in the fucking tank.
What's the cottage cream? Cottage cream. It's cottage
Clotted.
cream. Cottage cream.
Cottage cream tastes
I
cheap.
don't know what cottage cream. Well, I can imagine what it is.
It's what you get on the end of your penis if you don't wash it, innit?
That's saving for the missus type of thing, innit?
Yeah.
Well, I'll pass it over to you, Benny.
So I'm on the V class, and inside that it has got the last bit of Rebel X Bogan. I just managed to squeeze half a tank out of it. I've also on the Guar 21 with the Valkyrie Mini on there. Nice little single coil, but I don't know what I've done with bubble glass because it does plough through it. And on that, I'm on Adagio.
Fidelio.
Arokica.
Is it got a key in it now? So, seeing as Mr. Evans didn't see the show, the first one, we'll play the one that I should have played for him. So there you go. We'll play you the little intro.
I got some free shit.
Free shit.
Sponsors SX Mini, SL Class V2. The
Go on.
players out.
Golden Sunset, Mike, in that one.
Lovely.
G Class V2 with the Aromizer Supreme V3 in there. Thanks, Maggie.
Fucking, it's nice. Also
Thanks,
from Steve Crave, which I liked far more than I thought it was going to, was the mini robot kit.
Oh, yes.
With some Solstice New Moon.
Ooh,
Big one.
Um,
I'm on a bit of lemon bar.
Oh, lemon bar.
Love it.
Nice.
So I've got some
And
of
that
John's
is,
Staggertons in there. Stuck an extra wrap on it. Fucking beautiful vape in the Nightmare 30. Loving that. Can't call anyone a boggle I caught me, mate. We're all fucking full right bastards.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Mm.
What about you suck a cock?
So there you go. There were the one that should have been. I should have let you watch. Not the one that I did put up. So yeah. So there you go, boys. So yeah, in my opinion, optional assholes. I'm one of you. Had an asshole, Kenny. Sorry about that, mate. I'm not joking.
He's an upgraded one as well.
He's an upgrade. He's Kenny
2023.
Exactly.
He's got his new operating system on.
Yeah, he's upgraded it. He's upgraded it. So what we're going to do is we'll go through chat. Who wants to go through chat? Because I can't talk.
JP.
Oh.
There you go, JP's voted JP.
Right, how does he do it? He does it participants.
Participants.
Participants, and there's not many in this. We've got Benny Vapes, we've got Billy Lee Rice, Craig D, Hanky Panky 70, John Vaping Joker, Kenny 2023, Metal Vape 90. Who's just popped in? Ian Thomas, Mr. Intense, Nevans, Nightbot. Nightbot's popping in. Savage Salmon 62, Swamp Thing, and Vapor Bunny.
And he's just missed out half at chat.
Well, that's all the participants that's popping in.
Barry
But we have got-
Jones, JVJ, Greg D. Who else got? Nevans, got Simon, got Anki,
Nicky Maynard.
Nicky Maynard. Going up, we got Scott Wood, Mr. Scott Wood, Mr. Hip Hop Juice. Don't forget to go over to Hip Hop Juice and use NUVS 10 to get 12% off. If you are looking for something, some cotton and things like that. Billy Lee Rice, good evening. Hope your toothpick is okay. Mr. Interns, I can't do it. Ian Thomas. Who else we got? The Show Live. Free Rider, good evening. And if I missed anybody out, then sorry, but I can't chat. Ian Above the Clouds. Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Swamp Thing, good evening. And I think that's it. And anybody else that comes in.
Serendipity, mate.
Yeah, Mike. See, they're all in. They've all been in Zoom. I'll tell you what it's all been. They've been having a Zoom chat, and then they're going, fuck, Benny's live. He's playing something. Quick, let's go over. We know how it is, boys. We know how it is.
WhatsApp group.
Yeah, quick, Benny, quick.
Mention alert. Mention alert.
We're shilling, boys. We're shilling. So there you go. Right. So I'm totally lost track of thing. If you didn't see, did you see the film? Did you get what I was doing about when I put the title of the show today?
No, that.
Generations.
I kind of looked at it and went, "Oh shit, that's a can of worms."
It is a can of worms. That's what I thought. But where do you? Can we play the video with me on a game? Best content I've seen on here. Cheers, Mr. Evans. Yeah. Oh, you passed. Well done, Metal Vape. Well done, and 84. Well done, mate. Congratulations. Also, while we're talking about sponsors that before going to that, do go over to cloudcartel.co.uk, check out his coils, and do use Benny10 for 10% off. Also, if you go over to Dispergo, you can use my code, which is shorter than Mr. Flatcaps, which is shorter than Shrek's, which is also shorter than Mix, the late night vape show. It is BV20. You've only got a B and a V to press, and it's 20% off. There you go.
How have you got one so short?
Well, it was. The thing is, they put BV for me and Blazing. Blazing Vape for me. So it's shorter than all of them. So if you want to use a discount code, just use mine. It's short. B and a V and 20. You get 20% off disperse those lines, and also they do free returns if you don't like them, if you get one of them.
You're
They're
quite
unboosted.
competitive, aren't you?
Well, everybody else is shilling stuff out there. Do you know what I mean? I've got to get on this. I've got to get on this shill wagon. Never says who's the new guy. We're not sure, to be honest. He's a bit of an interloper. He just sort of popped along when he was drunk.
You've been asking me for over a year, constantly, every weekend.
I am, Anki. I am a short ass. But I'm a Yorkshireman, so I've got long pockets as well.
Short arms, long pockets.
Exactly. So don't ask for the drink when we got Expo. So if you see anything, where do you lot fit in that age category of builders, baby boomers, Generation X, Generation Y, Generation Z, and Generation Alpha?
I don't want to know.
Well, Generation Alpha, you won't be in that because you're not under 7. So
Yeah.
you're not Generation Alpha, but builders, I'm guessing no one's between. I just want to know in chat where you fit as well. You're not on 60 to 70, which is the builders. And then you've got Generation the baby boomers, which is the 51 and over is baby boomers. And then between, I think it's 40 and 51, it says on it, is Generation X, which is that what I am. I'm Generation X.
What are you in the 30s?
Your Generation Y. I think it is on there. I think it's Generation Y. I will look. I can have a look at it.
It's 37 to 51 Generation X.
Oh, is it 37 to 51 Generation X?
Yeah, because I thought
That's me then. I'm 37.
I just scraped it.
What?
Generation X.
Wow,
you're not
you?
36,
You're only 36, Graham.
36.
You're never 36, so you're a baby boomer, but you never baby boomed anybody, so.
Hang on, I'm good. Oh, I can't check the front of it. Oh, I can. Check
I
the
like the
front.
builders class because they don't give a fuck. They've got that mentality, like, say it how it is. No filters.
Mike's Generation Shill. that becomes that squeezed in between Generation Y and Generation X. Yeah, shut the door generation game. Because I just wondered when we're on about that, because obviously I'm 33, what am I? 30, you're 33, you're a Generation Y, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Generation Y. Generation X is the lost, apparently, is the lost ones. We're the lost boys. Because we never get mentioned. Generation asking why, yeah, Generation Y. Because what I want to know is the world's fucked. I've got to admit this, the world is fucked. Because you just got that many snowflakes, you've got that many people. Have you seen Sam Smith?
Yeah.
It's quite normal.
Who that is?
It's got fucking. He's an artist and he knew what his artist did come out during before lockdown. Big artist and that did a cover. And it was quite normal. You see him now, he's gone fucking weird as fuck. He's gone all proper. It looks like, do you know off of what is it? Benidorm, the gay bloke off of Benidorm.
Oh, because he called him Kenneth.
It's not him, isn't it? It's gone like fucking him.
Is that the one that has all the skimpy pants on, but he's a bit dull?
Yeah, he's gone fucking proper like him. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. We're just people look up to it, do you know what I mean? And I don't mind if you're gay, bi, transsexual, you know, you've got to include everybody. So you've got LGBTQ plus Y, Z, X, T, fucking toaster.
Go on, get it right.
Do you know what I mean? What, LGBTQ plus fucking bi, trans, gay.
No, never going to get it right. I don't think he's even looked it up.
I've got to right and looked it up. I know that it's LGBTQ.
It's like the Benny Vape's heart symbol. He starts with LGBTQ.
LGBTQ plus it is because queer and trans went on it, didn't they? Because you said LBT.
I think there's more on it now.
Exactly, it fucking just keeps going. So any letter that you just add on to it, just add a thing on. But anyway, I'm just like, we're just fucked. We're just absolutely fucked. And I want to know, where do you think it started? Because I think it started with us, myself. I think it started with Generation X.
Yeah, I agree there.
I don't think. I
Well,
think. I think it could be the baby bloomers.
no, it's not.
It was that generation that did all the, changing things
Job,
in the
Papa calls.
work industry and it just carried on type of thing. It could be that. And then we got the blame for it.
It's intersectional teachings which actually started. I did actually a little deep dive to where it all started, kind of the current movement and everything like that, and taught in American colleges. It was first taught in American colleges in 1996, and that's when it really started to shift. There you go.
There you go. So now we know when it started. So it's your generation, Graham. We blame you.
96.
Oh, 96.
Yeah, 96.
Right.
It's not as long as you think it is.
Is it not? I thought it was longer than that. Mel Vape says, "Yeah, careful, Benny. You'll be YouTube Gestapo." Yeah, I'm not. You won't get. It's free speech, mate. Free speech. I'm not saying putting anybody down or all like that or hating on anybody. I just think that world's fucked. You see that many stuff on it, and I'm just like, forget this. And Kenny's, but there's a show on Thursday, like this kind of thing. Got to talk about things. You got to include everybody. Got to include everybody and give them a big hug. Hands around the world. Do you remember that? That were that 80s. That arms around the world.
I was waiting for I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony.
Oh dear. You talking about that? Was that a Coca-Cola advert?
Yeah.
It was, wasn't it? With it? Who were that? Because who was it?
New Seekers.
Is that who sung it? Is that who sung it on the? I thought it were like Whitney Houston or something.
No, New Seekers was the first one to do that.
No, but on the Coca-Cola advert, was it then?
Yeah.
Oh, right. So, then says, where does it end? Generation Snowflake pussies were too accepting, identitised, an ice skating lettuce, an iceberg lettuce. Yeah, I'm a what is it? Me myself, a toaster.
A toaster.
I'm a toaster. Yeah, I'm yeah. I pop up every now and again.
Jeez.
I just want to know where everybody came in generations who were watching today. John says, if I identify as 1,000 subs, do I have 1,000 subs? I don't know. I haven't checked. Do you have 1,000 subs yet?
Generation X had the best music, though.
They did, yes. They did. Generation X did, yes. I do believe that Generation X did have the best music, 100%.
How it's filtered.
Yeah, do you know that's because obviously Christmas, the scumbag you faggot, you cheap lousy maggot, that's cut out now on that song on radio.
Not on Spotify. Not on
It
Spotify.
is no on radio edit. It's cut out now.
Oh right, yeah.
It is cut out. You know, but they were in there for a reason. Like I was listening to radio today, and does anybody still have their vinyls? Because vinyls are fucking worth something, you know.
What money?
I made my mistake of giving all my record collection to Oxfam, and then just before giving them, just copy them all to MP3s.
So have you given them away?
I had gatefold, embossed, gold
Mate,
vinyls.
half of them are fucking worth a fortune.
Well, not really, because I used to play them in the club, so I used to get drunk. I used to drop them on the floor, stand on them, clean them with me thing, put them back on the decks and play them.
Did they jump though? If they didn't jump, they're fine.
Yeah, well, just.
I used to do a bit of scratching.
Yeah.
On purpose.
It's all right, guys. I'm well. Other than having a load of cold and my throat being fucked, I'm not too bad. And yeah, this nonsense wrecking all good TV programs and films. Yeah, it is wrecking the TV because you just can't watch things without things being censored and cut out. But yeah, it is. If you have got vinyl, I don't know if anybody has still got their old vinyl. Some of them are worth a fucking fortune. If you've got disco, do you know the 70s disco? Some of them 70s records are worth a fortune.
Really?
Yeah. If anybody's old enough to have 70s disco records, some of them are worth an absolute fortune. the in thing at the moment is 70s disco.
Mm.
So if you've got 70s disco vinyl, then you might be onto a winner. Picture discs is another one. If you've got picture
Yeah.
discs.
Well, the old punk discs used to have, they used to scratch.
Sorry, just
No.
looking. Kenny's just put on, as a result of not being told to switch to live chat, I've been in the chat for 33 minutes. Sorry about that. Usually it's a public service information. I was congratulating Simon on 100 shows and the Saturday lads. If you are in chat, just have a look at the top, change it from twat chat to live chat, and you'll keep up with everything I'm doing. Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
I think my dad's still got his vinyls.
Have a look through, honestly, have a look through, and if you've got vinyls, Swansea says I've got loads of records. I had a bonfire with all my dad's vinyls that went from the 50s onwards. Mistake now, mate, mistake. Honestly, it is. Mike's saying I had the full collection of all Deep Purple, bootlegged, coloured vinyl and picture disc, was all stolen sold by an ex-missus. Oh dear, that's not good. That's not good. But they are, yeah. You've got to know, because I used to work with a guy that used to go around to record shops, and he used to buy records and flip them because he knew what labels to look for. So if there was on like a white label, so say like you got a Black Sabbath and it was on a white label such and such, then he knew that were worth 50 quid. So he'd buy it for £2.50 and flip it for 50. Because he knew what labels to work, because he was quite good at music, and knew what way, what it was. Ryan, you all right, mate?
Yeah, I used to have like
PFC, you all right, mate?
a single was only sent out to DJs, Utah Saints, something good on one side, and on the other side, a track called Fuck the Utah Saints. And that was only ever sent out to DJs around England, so there was only about 200 of them made.
Right.
I don't know where that's gone.
Well, that'd be worth a fortune, mate.
Yeah.
They were on about today on a picture disc that, if you don't know where this is from, it's Greatest Hits radio that I listened to, and it was on Simon Goodyear's album chart. He does a little thing on there. You send your record collection in, and this guy will you take a picture of it, and he'll look through it and tell you what you've got and what you got. He was saying that there's a Madonna picture disc that hasn't been cut out properly. So it's still a 12-inch one, but with a Madonna, when she went into all this bondage shit. It was taken off the shelves, but it wasn't cut out properly. There's only 120 of them in the country, in the world, and they're worth over £1,000.
Yeah, there was one that my brother had was an early release of God Save the Queen on EMI, because they only lasted a day.
That's what he's saying. Swamp Thing's just God Save the Queen by Sex Pistols, and EMI is worth
There you
thousands.
go. He used to have that, and his girlfriend wandered off with his record collection. That was when he was about 18, and he just went, forget it. Not worth chasing.
Right.
Speaking
All
of
right,
Sex
see you later, love.
Pistols, has anyone seen FX Pistols on Disney?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really
yes.
brilliant.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I did enjoy that. There's some stuff because I didn't know a great deal about Sex Pistols, to be honest with you. Because before I was 8 when they were all going. Do you know what I mean? I knew about them, but I didn't know where it all came up there. Do you know what I mean? So it was quite interesting that.
I think I was around about 14, but my brother, who's 2 years older than me, was into the Sex Pistols and all the punks, so it was always blaring out of his room. I always used to wander in and get lost. I always remember him playing Frigging in the Rigging really, really loud, and my mum storming upstairs going, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, first time it's like Nelly the Elephant. I'd never heard that till because a couple of mates were older than me, and they were we'd gone to a disco and he'd asked him to play that at his birthday party, and I'd never even heard of that. And then the next thing, and then everybody goes,
doing the pogo. Did you ever do the pogo?
Pogo, yeah, to it, yeah. He's
right.
saying Nicki Minaj had 2000 12-inch vinyl albums, sold them in 2002. I used to be a DJ, was buying since 1977, still then regret it now. Yeah, yeah. You don't you. Thing is, people are throwing them away. If you watch, if we're using them for frisbees, weren't we? Do you know what I mean? We weren't even bothered. Um, um, Graham was into Ozzy Osbourne's knickers. He probably was. One thing is, Johnny's grandma lived with me. Lived by me. Sorry, mate. I thought he said live with you. Yeah, most bands. I'm just reading. Metal Vape saying most bands back then were off their heads on the white nose powder. I was just reading Ozzy Osbourne's autobiography. I'm just reading that now, and I didn't realise how much he admits it. How much stuff he put up his nose,
Oh yeah.
and how pissed he was all the time. All the time. He were absolutely. He admits he was just off of his head, fucking constantly off his head. But he mentions other people in other bands that were the same. Do you know what I mean? He says you walk in and they were all on it. They were all on fucking nose candy and job lot.
Nose candy.
Yeah, it's worth watching that FX Sex Pistols. I don't know how
Yeah.
true to life it is because it's took from the book, innit? And
Yeah,
what's
Johnny
it-
Lydon wasn't very happy with it because
He wasn't
he
consulted,
was
was
left, and he was left out of it.
Yeah, he's in it, but he didn't get consulted on it, he said. So it's like a bias. What's white nose powder? You'll have to excuse me, I'm a lettuce, so I have no nose. Kenny had sausage roll and a sausage and bean pasty for tea. Good value. You reckon it's one thing? He's saying that CDs will be worth saving in the future. Do you reckon
Yeah.
CDs will be worth?
Yeah.
Do you reckon?
They degrade as well. CDs do degrade, so if you keep a good CD collection,
Right. I
it's
remember
just
when-
the next thing on, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, vinyl's coming back, innit? You can go into record shops and buy vinyls now. Ian Thomas puts talk on his balls, not on my nose.
Is that why the MP3 player was invented then? Because the person who invented it was sick and tired of his ex-missus fucking selling all his stuff.
So it said such a, we'll stick it on MP3 so they can't fucking get it.
Yeah.
I think Thomas Dolby had something to do with MP3s, for the creation of MP3s.
Oh, what it?
Yeah. He
Right.
created a foundation, and I think him and somebody else created the format.
Right.
Remember Thomas Dolby back in the 80s?
No. Just kidding. I thought you heard that.
I know that kind of thing can look, and he's just saying, yeah.
I'm waiting for you to give me more information who he is.
Thomas Dolby did Hyperactive and She Blinded Me with Science back in the 80s. He had hits with
Right.
that
Right.
small guy with blonde hair and keyboard, everything like
Right.
that.
Still none the wiser.
Yeah, I know, you know.
Does anybody know what Graham's talking about? Because we haven't got a fucking clue.
I've got three people opposite me just with really blank looks.
That just proves how old you are, Graham, to be fair.
I was still in single digits in that decade.
But I do remember that when CDs first came out, they said they wouldn't jump, they wouldn't do anything. You can put fucking
Jam
what
on
is it
it.
on jam on them and everything.
Tomorrow's World when they put
Yeah.
jam on it.
Yeah, and it was still
And then-
playing. I'm like, don't fucking do that. You got to use the fucking.
Yeah, like the first 5 minutes, it's fucking scratched.
What were they listening to? The Jam.
The jam, yeah. Yeah, Kenny said I use CDs on casual shooting weekends. Paul. Ian Thomas remembers Thomas Dolby. Remember that mini disc? What a flop that was. Yeah, mini discs. That was another thing that came out, wasn't it? That was sort of an in-between period between MP3 and CD, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know? And it was supposed to be the thing.
Lasted a
cassettes. It lasted a week. Yeah, mini disc. I don't think it lasted that long. They were in and out, weren't they?
Yeah.
Melvin say, well, cassette starts picking up in value. Got loads of them. I very much doubt cassettes will, to be honest with you, unless you've got something that's really out there. That maybe a bootleg copy of something, do you know, like a big band. If you've got a bootleg copy of something that were, But
Yeah.
that you could, like there were sort of at the side of a stage, and you had sort of, I don't know, Sex Pistols, and you could get it on a tape that
So
they were
now
selling it.
18 is out the window then. If you've got now 18 on tape, that's out the window.
Yeah, I did have now that's what you call music,
Bloody hell.
which was number one.
Yeah.
Do you know when it changed to a pig? Does anybody know which album changed to a pig on the front of it?
No.
No, I've got no idea. Yeah, I'll just go, yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do a Benny, yeah.
If I remember rightly, I think it was Now 3. Now that's what we call Music 3. It had the pig on the front with the big headphones on.
Ah.
I think it was either 2 or 3. It's one or other, but that's when, and then they changed it because it was still called Now That's What I Call Music.
I'm waiting for go. And now pop pickers.
And now pop pickers do. Mike Haynes remembers the old 8-track cassette. Well, Americans were big into 8 tracks, weren't they?
8 tracks. Yeah.
They were big into 8 tracks. Laserdisc. Remember Laserdisc? They were fantastic for films. Fucking quality on Laserdiscs were great. It were like HDMI now, innit? Do you know what I mean? But Laserdisc. Ickerman said, was good if you was recording your set. Fair enough. Swan Thing still has 2 mini disc players. The Discman had to hold it like a pizza, it skips and scrape the CD, yeah. Cassettes were a right pain in the car. Had them everywhere, yeah. Kenny's got Now That I've got Now One. It was called Now That's What I Call Music. Was number 1. Yeah, 3.5-inch floppy disks. Now that was futuristic media. that was computer disc, wasn't it? Did you ever get do you remember when you used to be able to get like Kellogg's and all that lot? You used to do records on them plastic. You got them free stuck to front of the thing.
They really
floppies. Yeah, like a floppy fucking disc. I got Let's Dance. But you see, because it was fucking warped and shit, it won't fucking play right. It'd go, Let's News.
Did you have one of those players which you just put the singles on and you stack?
Yeah, you can stack them and they drop down one at a time on next one. It just go clinked, clinked.
Well, that's not going to wreck my single, is it?
Yeah. Dodgy Dave's Bacon. That's not bacon, it's bacon. Have you seen that? Bacon. You can get from, what is it? Burger King. You can now get bacon, which is a vegetarian bacon.
I tried doing a few vegetarian stuff, and God, no. Burgers. You can't have a vegetarian burger. It's got to be beef burger.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but how can you have vegan bacon?
Well, that's why I call it bacon.
Yeah.
It's a con. Bacon. Yeah, Dodgy Dave skipped. Dodgy Dave for games on a chipped PlayStation. Did anybody used to get that chip? You get a chip PlayStation. Yeah. I had. Do you remember when cable first came out?
Yeah.
You used to be able to get a chipped cable box where you could get all the channels on it. Yeah, you could get a chipped cable box. I've still got it somewhere. Chipped cable.
You just had numbers on box, 1 to like 300 or something.
Yeah, well, no, it was just like a normal. But you sent it off to someone, they chipped it, and you got back and you got all the fucking cable channels. And then you had, like, say, the chipped Sky boxes, and everybody used to get a chip card, didn't you, for Sky?
Yeah.
You could buy a chip card for it.
You used to be able to. I had one where you could flash the software and basically download keys every week, and you just flash the satellite box and. Bingo, all the channels.
Yeah.
Only for educational purposes only, though.
Yes. Now Music 5 had a pig on it. It's cover 2. Yeah, they all had. They started having pigs on them for the first. After it, I think it were 3 that had a pig, and it still had the pig on with different headphones on. Yeah, Dodgy Dave's Golden Virginia had full-size twigs on it. To be fair, I think that was just some leaves that they got and just all mashed it up, didn't they? They pull it out like big chunks of the stuff. Yeah, Dodgy Dave's Timberland boots, legit, just nicked out of the shopping centre. Yeah.
I still get people knocking on my door with bags of meat.
Oh, mate, you get them all the time. Did you ever have that pub that you used to go to where you could get dodgy stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Aftershave and everything.
Saturday afternoon, you could go in on a Saturday afternoon. We had one. It were called town. It were called. We called it. Everybody called it Madhouse. It were Market Tavern. It were called, and it were right next to Leeds Market. And you could go in there, and they'd come in with all bags of stuff that they nicked, and they'd be opening up with deodorants in.
Yeah.
Do you know they'd been into Superdrug and just cleared the shelf? We'll give you a bag. It costs you £5 for a bag, like a Lucky Dip.
Well, the meat lotteries in the afternoon pubs.
Yeah.
Ready for the meat lottery? I'll have a ticket.
The days.
Yeah, Craig, this is God, Dodgy Dave's Richmond Super Kings, fresh out the camel's ass. Billy remembers recording radio off the cassette tape where you had to try and press it just as he went, now at number 10. But then they couldn't talk over beginning of
Yeah,
it, couldn't
all the beginning bit, and you're like that. Oh.
Yeah.
I always used to like your Top of the Pops, so when you're waiting, hope fingers crossed that your favourite band was going to play. And,
yeah.
And then when they skipped your favourite band in the top 10, you're like, oh.
Yeah. But then they get to the end of it and they talk over ends, wouldn't he? Just when you were
Yeah.
there. And you'd be like, oh, And they came out and said, East London, lots of smackheads years ago, good shit cheap because they were clunking, yeah. JVJ saying 3, 4, and 5 had the pig on their covers. Used to have big headphones, if you're looking at it. My hash dealer sold like everything designer shirts, boots, and DVDs, Craig D. Just take out orders in the pub by me and then go and nick the stuff. Yeah, that's what people used to do. That you could do your ordering. I've got a baby. I need some baby clothes. They come back with baby. Oh, my daughter's just about to have a young'un. What do you want? I need some baby clothes. They come back with baby clothes and all sorts. Pushing shopping trolley in. Oh, you don't get stuff like that. The thing is, you don't have a local. Does anybody still have a local pub that they go to? Because there's not many local pubs now, is there? That you can talk like that people go
I have
to.
one in town which just feels like a local. You know,
Yeah.
every so often they'll just like rustle up a load of hot dogs and just hand them around and stuff like that. We used to have a cricket team. Yeah, we used to challenge the pub up the road at cricket every Sunday. So when it was you had to close down on a Sunday, we all had a cricket team challenge, and we all went to the park and played cricket. It was just an excuse to carry on drinking all day. That's all it was.
You won't believe this, but pub down road for me serves pints as well as pints.
Oh, it sells pints. Well, that's because you're a Wiganese thing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Wiganese.
Wiganese. Bad. Get up, you bad. Obviously, when I started drinking, I was like 15, and they used to get local landlady used to. She knew how old I was, and then she used to they used to ring round and say coppers are on way. Each pub would ring round, wouldn't they, and say coppers so they could clear you out a back door, fellas. You'd all jungle out, fucking bastards.
I remember the first time me and a few mates go, right, we're going to drinking. So we went clubbing in town instead of like going drinking for our first drink. So it was like 10 o'clock outside a club called Rotters.
All right.
And you walked in, it was just like disco music everywhere. And we were like all excited we're in, but then
Sure,
we
yeah,
suddenly
like, mate.
realised we're the only people which are in.
Yeah.
And we're 16, looking very kind of nervous.
Well, the thing was, right, when we were young, if you went into town, they had like an everybody called phonographique. I don't think you've been to that, haven't you, Graham? Have you
I've been to phonographique,
Yeah. Well, you know where we're like, with goth metal and all that lot.
Yeah.
If you didn't know and you went downstairs on a pub crawl and you walked in, you'd be like, ooh, I think I'm in the wrong pub. Yeah. Oh dear. But yeah, you don't get. I don't think we have the community like used to in a pub. I don't think it's there anymore. I don't think.
So it's food, isn't it? It's all food pubs.
Yeah, food.
I think it's ever since the banned smoking in pubs. Everyone's going sad and It's like say in the summer, it's outside, it's smoking out there, they're drinking out there, so they're into social. I think the only
Yeah.
time it has, when it gets like a communal thing going on, is when it's big football matches.
Yeah. Did you have local clubs? Did you ever go to a local club to watch a turn on a Sunday night? Did you never go to a local club to watch a turn on a Sunday night? Must be a Yorkshire thing, because I think it's because like Norfolk, because like I say, Wigan had clubs into people who do the club scene, and you'd go like say on a Saturday night, if you couldn't be asked going to town or all like that, you'd end up in club, cheap beer, and watch a dodgy band on stage.
My band.
Yeah, it's like a dodgy band. Yeah. Yeah, but you see them. What would happen is if there were a good band on, you always waited to see who came down. Because if all old people came down from upstairs after bingo, you knew it were a good turn, so you'd go up. Because too loud is that? It's too loud. It's not for me. Oh, it's a good turn. Is that? We'll go get a chair. Mike Haynes said beer growth at 13, so could get into pubs easy, and my mate was 6'8", looked like a big shit house, so we never had a problem. I didn't have a problem because I always looked older than what I was, and plus my mates were always older than me, so they'd go to the bar and just give you a beer, so I never had a problem going in. Like I say, I went in at 15.
You can't now. You got to go 25.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And go through the computer system with your card and everything.
Did you ever like they're on about working men's clubs are awesome fun? Yeah, they used to be. They're on about White Lightning and all that lot that you used to get when you're on Park, White Star, freaking Mad Dog 2020. Yeah.
Buckfast.
Yeah, Buckfast. We didn't have Buckfast. I never did Buckfast.
Oh, it was like a fermented wine. They used to get it hammered.
Yeah, I know that Scottish it's a big thing in Scotland, like. Stuart says, Mike Haynes, what was your mother feeding you? To be fair, I used to get called freaking because I'm hairy. By the time I got to high school, I got fucking hair everywhere. Fucking up my back, up my fucking. Do you know what I mean? Like fucking, what is it? A gorilla? When I was a kid. It's one thing I remember walking home because I spent all my money on beer. Do you know, right?
Yeah, I've done that.
Do you know when you're getting old? Yeah. Do you know when you're getting old, when you can remember how much your first pint was? When my first pint was 85 pence, my first pint. 85p.
£1.48.
£1.48. Fuck me, they all used to complain if it got to a... You know what? I used to hear them all saying, if it gets to £1, I'm not coming out anymore. So saying at 16, I used to hide in the corner with my beer, playing the pinball machine.
I used to play the fruit machine, but I used to have this plastic wire where you put it down the slot, and then it has a hook at the end, and you used to go click, 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 and knock all the credits up.
On pinball machine? What is it? Space
on fruit machine.
Oh, no, I didn't do it on fruit machine. I did it on Space Invaders.
And then with all the tokens that I had, I just used to go to the bar for there, and then I would change some of all the cash I'd win. I would take it to the club and hand it over to the cash girl at the thing. You go, there's a load of change. There's about £12 in there, and you just give it. And it's £12.
Yeah, £12.
£12. That's enough for a taxi home.
Exactly.
That's the whole night.
Stuart Valentine saying $1.60 for these. Mike Haynes says remembers pints at 98p. So I'm thinking 56 pence for him. Melvin says at 15 my test run was sky high. I used to it on all the girls and get into a lot of fights a lot. Mr. Intense 60p a pint in Wrexham Lager. £1.75 for Craig D. Like I say, it went from 85 to 90, and then it went to 90, like Mike saying 98 pence, and everybody said, gets to £1, I'm not coming out anymore. I loved it. You could still get fucking wankered on a fucking tenner.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you used to plan your nights out. Like saying, goes, oh, we'll go here because it's the 2-for-1 place. Because that finishes at 9, so we'll go here because it does cheap double vodka and Red Bulls. Then you go here because they're like a cheap cocktail, so you'll have that, and then we'll go around the corner and have another double 2-for-1 type of deal going. And then the next thing you know, you get in the club and you're like,
Yeah.
You
There used to be a
you
club
don't
that
end up
we,
buying any drinks in the club because you're already fucking blathered.
it was £10 for all you could drink.
Yeah.
And it will open at 9:30, and by the time it came to 12 o'clock, right, we're off to another club.
Yeah.
But it was like there used to be one in town, a place called HU1, and double vodka and Red Bull, £2. Right. So I end up going in across to Old Town and into this other place and goes, oh, I'll have a double vodka and Red Bull. Oh, £6, please. And I goes, what? And he goes, am I buying shares in this? And I go, I refuse to pay it.
Yeah. What is it? Craig D says £1.9 for 10 Lambert. Kenny says me and my pal went £2.50 each on a case of Tennant Stubbies and £2.50 each on a fiver bit for the morning. 50p for 10 says Mike Haynes.
Single.
Single, that was 10p. That was
Singles.
10p.
10p for a single.
Yeah,
Tell me,
10p.
Mum.
Yeah, I used to go to local shop, didn't it? Yeah. That's what you used to do. You go to shop and everybody used to go out and get a single, didn't they?
Yeah.
You got a free match.
Yeah. Yeah. It's same as buses. Do you remember when you used to come home from school on a bus?
Clip a card.
No, it's a
Remember
we used to have Kachinga once, Kachinga twice, Kachinga service.
Yeah, that's it.
And you try and time it right, because if you got half of it, it cut off half of it, you could still use it for an extra ride. So instead of 12, you got 13 rides. But upstairs, used to be a smoking thing, didn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you used to go upstairs and everybody was smoking, it fucking get all you stunk. Absolutely stunk.
You go on the
Mr.
bus
Ted-
now, you can use your bloody contactless to pay.
I think that they expect you to use it. They don't carry change anymore.
No.
Craig D was the entrepreneur. He used to sell them at single cigs at school for 20p.
Right.
So, Mr. Intense says about 50p for a pack of 10, and I switched to Rose when I was still in school, always being a tight-fisted twat. Oh, dear. But this is why I think our generation fucked everything up. Getting back to what we were talking about, Eddie. Because we've got cheap fags, cheap beer, we're all just fucking off as heads. Off as heads on acid. No. I would trade lunches tokens for 3 to smokes. Bless you. Good old days. You can't do. They're all having doing vapes now, aren't they? Trading vapes.
Yeah.
It's what it is now. Let's trade a vape. Have you got a vape? Have you got a vape? I'll have a vape. Have you got a vape? Which colour do you want? Pink, green, yellow?
You got
Want
blue.
to put off your pie flavoured one? Put off your
Yeah,
pie.
but that was pie, yeah. Oh, I like that blue bubble gum. There'll be a lad with packets, won't he, that he's got off the internet that he's using his mum's credit card going, I've got blue raz, I've got apple pie, I've got this cherry menthol. Have you got that one? Have you got that one that's a unicorn? Nah, mate, I've got tobacco flavour. Oh, you can fuck that one off. Yeah, two puff bars for you, Jackie. Yeah, something went for dinner at a pub when I was at school. Oh, we never did that. Yeah. Melvin saying when we was in school, we used to have to try and smuggle cigs in school because security was tight. We didn't have security. Fucking hell. You knock on door at, what is it, wouldn't you? Staff room. They'd open it up. It were like, stars in your eyes when teacher walked out.
Yeah.
I'll smoke and you get it. And tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be.
We used to have a big park next to our school, so you could see all the smokers. They
That's okay,
constantly
all right, mate.
moved around because the teachers had to patrol the park to try and catch the smokers. So you'd see a group in one corner, and then the next day it would be somewhere else, and the next day it was somewhere. They must have sat there and go, "We'll meet at this place."
Yeah. Mr. Intense Dinner ticket stayed at 55p from when I first started conference to when I left college at 18. 55p, you won't get up 50. I were on free school meals. I were a poor lad. I got free school meals, me. Never got them. I used to take £1 for a chip boy. I never got free school. Never had free school. I don't think everybody did. Canteen were empty. They only went when they were pissing down. You couldn't be asked walking to the shop.
Yeah, we used to go to Chippy.
That's what we did. You go to Chippy, yeah. Get a desperate Dan. It was a big, massive tea cake or a bread cake, whatever you want to call it. You know, these big, massive ones that are like that.
Yeah.
With just chips in it.
I used to go to Tesco's, get the French rolls, hollow out the French rolls, put salt vinegar crisps in, 2 packs till it's full, and that was me lunch.
I used to have a Panda Pop. Remember Panda Pop?
Panda Pop, aye.
And a chip balm for like a quid.
I think everybody went to chip shop. This is Greg D saying, yeah, chip it. I think every kid went to chip shop. And the chip shop used to have a massive queue. What you used to do is you get out, because they only had a few of these desperate Dans. So you get out as quick as you can and run down to a chip shop before it all sold out, because they'd only have like 10 of them. So if you got it, you would in thing, because everybody wanted it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but the problem is it depended whereabouts in the school you was as well, because like say our main road say like there and the school more or less like that, and if you're right at the back where the maths blocks are, there's no way you're going to get to the chip shop first when you've got all the other sections.
Yeah, we had that. My school was out in the sticks in Worksworth, so we didn't have the luxury of popping to a chippy. Blokes I went to school with used to pay to Stuart, used to pay the janitor $20 a term so they could smoke in his shed undetected. Billy Lee says the green Panda Pot was the best. Green cola. Can I say we used to run?
Speaking of Coke, which do you prefer, Pepsi or Coke?
Me, myself, I am a Pepsi man. I'm cherry Pepsi. I'm not so much just a normal Pepsi.
Proper Coke.
Original tat. Is that what you say? It says original tat on that.
Yeah, look, it's proper Coke.
But that says original tat.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
So it's original tat.
I wonder where that's from.
I don't know. I think that's a dodgy cola, that one. I don't think
I
that's
think it
proper
is a dodgy cola.
A roller cola.
It's a roller cola.
From a stack of iron.
I'm going to have to type in the address to find out where that damn thing is.
So there you go. Graham likes dodgy cola because it's an original tat. Go.
Yeah, because I like normal cola, Coca-Cola. But if it's a flavoured one, I tend to prefer the Pepsis. Because I think they do a better flavoured type cola than Coca-Cola.
Billy Lee's a Coca-Cola. Mr. Intensely's Pepsi. What is on offer at Tesco? They flip between Pepsi and Coke, says Kenny. Billy says Pepsi's crap. Ryan saying Cherry Pepsi is the best. Ian Thomas saying Iron Brew, Dr. Pepper. Lime Coke, lovely. Matt Bay used to be that cheap roller cola. Iron Brew for Stuart. Just found it in Avery Oz. Iron Brew always with Mark Ain. John Paul Joe, Taste. Cherry Pepsi Max with crack and lovely. Like I say, I am a cherry. You've seen cherry or raspberry. I think I used to like cherry cola till they changed it, and now it's cherry fucking fire cola, and it's like got a cinnamon fucking taste to it. Paul's on Dr. Pepper, so misunderstood. Dr. Pepper, so misunderstood. Just checking round about Twitch, see if anybody's in Twitch. No one's in there. Just wondered if there anybody was in chat.
It's Turkish. I've got Turkish cola.
Oh, you got Turkish cola. I bet you paid full price for it though, didn't you?
I bet I did.
Yeah, full fucking price for that Turkish cola.
Yeah, but it's like cheap cola though, and they're nasty though, aren't they?
Oh.
It tastes like someone's put a lot of soil in it, and it's like you're drinking soil.
Because it's not cola. It's cola, but it's not Coca-Cola or Pepsi, is it? Do you know what I mean? Could you do the Coca-Cola? I don't know if anybody can do it. Can you? Do you know when they used to do the taste test?
Yeah.
And they say,
I reckon
can
I
you
could do that easy.
I can do that easy.
I've done it in. They did it in Merrion Centre in Leeds. and they had a Coca-Cola stand doing the Pepsi taste, Pepsi doing a Pepsi taste challenge, and they went, "Can you tell the difference?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's Coke, that's Pepsi." They went, "Oh." Because you just tell fucking difference.
Yeah.
There's no in between, is there? You can tell Pepsi, you can tell Coke. You fucking, do you know what I mean? The totally different tastes.
Well, that's my right well, isn't it? I've been trying to do a Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, yeah.
I've got Pepsi Cola, but I don't like Pepsi Cola, so I want to do a Coca-Cola. I'm still not satisfied. I could release a Pepsi. I could kind of just put up the Pepsi Cola as a recipe, but I want a Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Coca. Like I said, I don't think you're going to get a Coca-Cola, authentic Coca-Cola taste, because there's that many ingredients in it that no one knows the secret recipe.
It's the same with the Colonel's chicken. Can't get that either.
Colonel's chicken.
KFC. Yeah. You never match that.
I do prefer Coke with original Coca-Cola with any mixer. I won't put Pepsi in it.
Coca-Cola and ice cream.
That's a
Coke
float in a
float.
Coke float. Yeah, never had them.
Never had them.
Not Coke floats, no.
Oh, try a Coke float. Treat yourself.
No,
no.
And to washing up the glass afterwards, because it's an absolute mess if you leave it on the counter.
Nicky Red said freeway cola shit. Into's always found cola too syrupy, so when I found Iron Brew as a kid, I drank gallons of it. Every single person that hate Pepsi, barman, no, Coke is Pepsi, okay? Every single person, yeah, perfect, fella. Pepsi and Coke are both bad for your teeth, yes. Coca-Cola, you can clean a penny with it, can't you?
Yeah.
It's true fact, is that? If you want to clean all shit off your coins, put it in Coca-Cola.
Or your spoons.
Or your spoons, yeah.
Smart ketchup does it better.
Or your teeth.
Yeah, teeth, yeah, clean your teeth with it. Yeah, if you've got to take your teeth out and put them in. Bunny saying he used to work at KFC and even we never knew what the 11 herbs and spices were. Cream soda float is the best, says John Paul. I'm switching from Pepsi to water. Seems to do wonders for well-being. Dr. Pepper for the win. Do you know, right? A lot of people don't like Dr. Pepper, do they?
I don't like it.
They changed the ingredients in that because it doesn't taste as nice as it used to be.
Dr. Pepper?
Yeah.
It's because of you can get that light one in it to get rid of sugar tax. So most of them are now sugar win. It's same as Iron Brew. Diet Iron Brew, I don't like at all. But Iron Brew Extra, it's fucking lovely. Tastes just like normal Iron Brew.
Is that extra sugar?
It's not got sugar in it, has it? It's got that other fucking stuff in it now. It's like a sucralose or whatever.
That's still just as bad for you.
Yes, yeah. It's just different sugary shit.
I'm quite impartial to an umbongo. Remember that umbongo?
They drink it in the Congo.
Oh.
That was great. I'd try that.
Yeah, but the hippo took an apricot, a cocoa, and a mango.
I've got the 7 flavours in the Coca-Cola.
No one knows what it is. You think there is? Graham, it's a lie. No one knows.
It's all over the internet.
No, they don't know what. No one knows. It's a myth. It's a myth. It's a myth. No one knows what they are. You can put it up as much as you like, but they'll never know what's in Coca-Cola. Because if they did, someone had done an authentic Coca-Cola, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
And get sued.
And get sued. But they still do one. Someone would release one. Right, what we'll do then is while doing that, we will just have a quick look at this week's bargains.
Quick blue time.
Yeah, I've got to find where's the bumper? Where's the bumper, son?
Oh, you deleted it.
I must have done because it's not on here anymore. Oh, I'll have to put it on. We ain't got a bumper. That's shit.
Right, gonna go to screen share. Bring it up.
So the first one is over at homes.co.uk. It's the IRA 200 watt mod by it's Asvape and owned by OC, and it's $34.99. $34.99, and that is for that IRA mod. If you like a look at that,
You know, I
286.50s.
like the look of that.
Quite a lot of people did. Waterproof and alt lot. So 34.99.
Coil through.
Yeah, you can throw coils with it.
You know,
So if you do fancy it. And on the same site, you can get the Indestructible RDA by Jabo. It is old. It is really old. But it's supposed to be really good. 3-post design, as you can see there. 22mm. It's only $8.99, is that?
That's
So,
do.
just some else.
Scarlet.
Exactly, yeah, Captain Scarlet. Doom, 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 doom. Next one is over. You'll have to be quick on this one. This is over at UK Vape Kings. They have got the Rosamizer Plus. They have only got it in gunmetal.
2 left in gunmetal.
2 left in gunmetal. That is all they've got. Is 2 left for the
It's a
Rosamizer
bargain
Plus
'cause it's the
V2.
It's the advanced edition, so
It
you'll get
is.
the extension metal extension chimneys with the glass for it, the mesh decks.
Yeah, so it's the full lot. You get there the 26.99. If you do want it in gunmetal, they have only got 2 left. So anybody want that, you'll have to be quick.
Yeah.
So that is probably cheapest you will find on the internet. 26.99. Over at Signature Tips, they've got the Cyclone Crichton RDA from Cyclone Mods, and it is 29.99. I don't know much about this one.
Sure, the deck though, does it?
No, it's 24mm. It says dual coil, 3D RDA, 3-piece stainless steel construction, dual adjustable air, unique 2-post coil clamping system, and that's $29.99, dropped from $79.99.
I like how it down here it says pick up available at 11 Bolton Street. Doesn't say what town of that.
Yeah. Yep, pick up from Bolton Street. Over at Clubhouse Vape, you can get this last one. You can get the Guillotine V2 RDA, same again from Jabo. And this is Wismec, and this is £16.50. It says as little as £16.50.
It's a good
Black
vape.
or silver. So if you do fancy, this came with the. We came with the. Did it come with the number 2? Whatever it's called.
Came with the third one.
Right.
The Sotic? No.
Yeah. Luxottic NC, what it called, the third one.
The Sotic NC.
Yeah. So that's it. That is your bargains for this week. Keep having a look around. Chuck Van grabbed the Plus V2 on special. Do you think I can wick the bastard properly? Well, maybe if you get the advanced kit with a mesh deck, you might be able to use the mesh deck on it. So, yeah. So that were the bargains. Like I say, I do have a look around, see what I can get. Cheap for you. It's a little bit of an old one. It's indestructible, but for $8.99, it's worth a try. Something says that Guillotine RDA is good.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you've got it, haven't you, Graham?
Yeah. I haven't really taken it. Well, no, I took it off for a while and just vaped it on the Legend, and it was great on the
Andrew
Legend.
George, you all right, mate?
The only problem I found is the drip tip seemed really loose.
All right.
So every so often,
Yeah, the way you're out.
I do that with mine as well.
But that's the version 2, isn't it? So it's probably been fixed on that, hopefully.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah, it's version 2, yeah.
And I've tried other drip tips with it, and they don't.
Metal Vape says, what was that old triple post RJ? It was the Indestructible from Jabo. Indestructible RDA from Jabo. Jabo did quite a lot for Wismec, and then the party company. So, yes. So, right. The next thing we're going to be talking about is, so we're looking at see what, usually we do a lot of talking up to 10 o'clock, we do bargains, do shinies, and then sort of the last bit, say later day, mate, have a good one, have a good show. We usually the last bit gets a bit lagging, so what we thought we would do, and maybe involve the chat as well, is one thing says, Benny, you looking forward to Grimm's Squonker? Yes, that would have been up on. I would have thought that would have been up on there. It does look nice. It depends how much it is. It's got the same board as what the what is it, Stubby has. So yeah, it should be nice. It should be nice. But I don't know. It depends how much it is. If it comes out at like 150 quid, then no. If it comes out,
Bonkers are going to come back, aren't they?
yeah, they will do, yeah. So I am looking forward to seeing it, seeing what it's like. But I do think if it's, and we did this earlier because it's called the Empire. Do 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 do. Yeah, because it's got what, 115 £100 for generic cheap. Yeah, 115 quid. I do think it's going. I do think it's expensive. It's also got an RDA coming out called the Sith to go with it.
I wonder if there's a theme.
Is there a theme? I think there might be a theme there. Exactly. So yeah, so we are going to be doing a little bit of a filler. And we just want to know what you think about it. So what we're going to do is maybe do a bit of a film club for the back end. So what we do is a spin a wheel. We pick a generic film. We get it from you. You tell us what we want, what you want us to watch, and what we think. And we do a little bit of film club reviewing. You can watch it yourself. You can join in with it. So do you want to bring up wheel, Graham? Have you got them there?
Yeah, I've got two wheels.
If it's shit, this is Graham's idea, so don't blame me.
Okay, we've got two wheels. So spin the first wheel for the decade, and then we spin the second wheel for the type of film, and then chat gives us suggestions. We put them in the third wheel, and then we pick the film of the week. So we'll go off, watch the film of the week. It can be something you've watched before, everything like that. And then and chat can join in. They can watch it during that week, and then we all talk about it. I haven't put any of the new films in, nothing past 2020, so not to have any spoilers. So I'll spin the wheel. Feel all serious now.
Yeah.
Very serious.
Oh, we've
So
got
a 1970s film. So we're doing the 1970s.
Here we go. I'll go big.
Go big or go home.
Oh, don't have romance.
Grease.
Yeah. It's a horror film.
70s horror.
So we need a 1970s horror film for everybody for us to watch or try and watch and see if we can get it. So
Yeah,
has
so
anybody
your
got any?
favourite films, basically. isn't it?
Yeah, so a favourite 1970s horror film. If anybody knows any 1970s horror films that might be all right for us to just have a watch and give our opinions on. If we thought it was shit or thought it was all right, we just like a little floor filler for back end of the show.
Well, I'm going to add Alien.
You can't have Alien. That's
19
not horror.
Alien's a horror.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
That'll be a Michael Myers film. That's 70s, isn't it?
Yeah, the original Halloweens, and you've got the Entity, you've got all sorts in there, Phantasms.
Don't tell me to watch flipping, what is it? What was that one where his head spins round?
Omen.
Exorcist.
The Omen.
It's what?
The Exorcist.
Exorcist.
Oh,
Shit, I fell asleep at
yeah.
pictures watching that fucker at 12. The Exorcist, Cloud Chocolate. We can watch Exorcist. I'll tell you what I think of it. The Exorcist, we've got The Exorcist, Insamoidoid. We've got Halloween, got Barbarella. Barbarella were an horror film, wasn't it? Barbarella, sci-fi.
I thought that was 60s.
Yeah.
It's due
Barry
a
Jones
horror
saying
film.
Evil Dead. I Spit on Your Grave, 1978. Evil Dead.
Well, that's
Saw. Salem's Lot. Salem's Lot.
So that's
a newer one. Saw's not in
early
there, buddy.
90s, wasn't it?
Yeah. Salem's Lot.
Am I missing anything? Barbarella, I think that's 60s.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show. I would watch that day in day out. Rocky Horror Picture Show, mate.
I think that's 80s.
The Thing. The Thing.
The Thing is definitely 80s.
Jill.
I'm just gonna
Clockwork
check-
Orange. Clockwork Orange is not an horror film, though, is it?
No, that's
House
Rocky
of the
Horror
Living.
Picture Show 1975.
House of Living Dead.
House. I should just really copy chat, shouldn't I? And just paste
You
it
could
in.
do. Could do. Anybody got any more? Anybody got any more horror films to watch from 1970s? Omen?
When was
Omen?
the thing?
Don't know. Amityville? Says
The thing
JD.
was 1982.
What's
Nah.
Poltergeist? Is that 70s?
Jaws?
80s.
Body Snatchers? Jewel?
Jewel, yeah.
The Body Snatchers. That would him. Yeah, big, probably 70s hairstyle, didn't it? Omen.
God, my spelling's terrible.
Um,
Jewel.
Is that Stephen King, Jewel?
Yeah, Stephen King, Jewel.
Brilliant film. That.
Shining.
Carrie, The Shining, Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
Hmm?
Hills of Eyes. That were the 70s, wasn't it? Hills of Eyes, the original one. Cannibal Holocaust was banned. I had a copy of that when I was a kid. Cannibal
Oh,
Holocaust.
Eraserhead. That's going to be. I'm going to put that in because that's going to be.
Razorhead. The Brood.
They're going to be
The
terrible to
Shining.
watch
The
right now.
Shining, not Shining.
I put Shining.
Shining. The Shining, not Shining.
I hate that film. It scares the shit out of me.
what
Where's
shite?
Johnny? Oh.
Last House on the Left. JD saying. The Fog. Wicker Man. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Right, have we got enough
We'll have to
there?
be watching these on
House of the Living Dead. That should do.
Right, that'll do us then. We've got enough there. We'll spin a wheel and see which we're going to watch, and we'll give our thoughts on the back end of the show next week. Do join in with Psycho Killer.
I'll ignore this one.
What, Psycho?
Psycho Killer.
Talking heads.
Yeah, that's who played this week, didn't you?
Right, I'm going to show the screen this time. And spin
Right. So let's see what we're going to watch.
for this week.
If it's a Shining, I'm not watching it because I don't like it.
You have to, it's part of the game. Oh, it is as well.
The Shining. The Shining. So if you are playing along at home, do watch The Shining this week. Give us your thoughts. Does it hold up to now standards? Do you think it's a good film? Do you think it's a classic? Do you not think it's a classic? Do you think it was a bit weak? Do you think it's a bit boring? Do you know what I mean?
I don't think I've seen that for years. That should be interesting going back. There'll be
Yeah.
things you don't remember or.
Yeah, I watched it a couple of years ago. I didn't sleep for 2 weeks.
I don't think I've watched
Big
it.
girl's blouse.
So yeah, so do play on, do watch The Shining. Want to give your thoughts? Does it hold up? So it's a 1970 film. Do we think it were bad? Do we think it's good? Do we think it were? Would it hold up to being released now? See what you think.
Yeah.
And we'll do that back end of the show. We'll probably talk about stuff about it. So yeah. So that is the film for next week to watch, The Shining. If you are playing along, if you are listening to this back on the podcast, we are going to be looking at Shining. If you are watching this on Twitch, The Shining. So classic. So a classic film, The Shining. Luke's not going to sleep for about 3 weeks.
3 weeks. You can see him 3 shows after I still haven't slept.
Yeah.
Red rum.
Yeah. Right, so we are coming up to that time. It is time to say our goodbyes. Do go over. I can't put it over. Mick didn't put the show up quick enough to have it, so you all try. Yeah, a bit late. Here's Johnny. So yeah. So do go over and see the Late Night Steamer Show with Mick, Bill, and Dave. I would have put it so it jumped over, but unfortunately he hadn't put it up quick enough for me to do the show. We will be back next week. Do watch The Shining if you get a chance, and let us know your thoughts on it. Sort of the back end of the show, not the front end, and let us know. And then we'll pick another film and so on, and we'll see what happens. If it's shite, we blame Graham.
Yeah. And we'll quickly pivot and change to cartoons.
Yes, to cartoons. So we will go around and say goodbyes. We will start with James.
Thanks, guys. Another good show. Like I say, something to look forward through the week to see what this film's about. I haven't watched that one yet. People in chat, you all been stars, and I'll see you over next week. And I'll pass it over to Graham.
All right. Thanks, chat. Thanks, Benny. You managed to do so well. If you see,
Yeah, I'm fading fast now, mate. I've just had a strepsil.
pop over to see Mick and Bill after the show. We've got
And Dave.
And Dave. I've just put the link into chat, so if you'll pop over there, and I'll pass it over to Luke.
Great show. I might not watch The Shining because I don't like it. It scares the shit
You've
out
got to
of me.
watch it. You've got to watch it.
I know what goes on in the film. I've seen it a couple of times. I might watch it with some alcohol, maybe. Great show. Chat as always. Casters. Yeah. Sorry, Benny. Blazing couldn't come on this week. Hope he's feeling better. And I will see you next week. So I'll pass on to Benny.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for everybody in chat. Cheers, Ian, for saying hope you feel better. Hopefully we're back to full strength next week. We will have Steve on. Hope you're all feeling better soon, mate. Do go over, like I say, join the Late Night Steamer Show with Mick, Bill and Dave. Do come and join the Liquid Mixing Show on a Wednesday night. We'll talk about that. Do go over and subscribe to the Saturday Show, so you keep up with them lads on a Saturday night. Now it's moving off the Simon's channel. Like I say, big love to them. And we will be back next week. If you do want to listen to this back as a podcast, you just look on and go on to your favourite podcasting. What do you call them? Streaming service. Don't know what you call a podcast now.
Pod service.
Pod service, your favourite pod service. And you will find us on there. Just search for Benny Vapes. If you are watching back on the replay, thank you very much. We love you loads. And we'll see you again next week. Same time, same place. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.